The eye of the enemy is moving. The end has come.
Every day, Frodo moves closer to Mordor. How do we know Frodo is alive? What does your heart tell you?
Come, Master. Come to Smeagol.
The enemy will never let Aragorn come to the throne of Gondor.
It is time. Give him the sword of the king.
Become who you were born to be.
Lost.
I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails. When we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day.
Whatever happens, stay with me.
This day, we fight!
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
We shall see the Shire again.
You gave away your life's grace. I cannot protect you anymore.
We cannot achieve victory through strength of arms.
Not for ourselves.
But we can give Frodo a chance.
Hobbits, elves, wizards, dwarfs. Everybody knows the meaning of these words. And this success is due to the fantastic John Ronald Reuel Tolkien's trilogy, The Lord of the Rings, which became even more famous thanks to the cinematographic adaptation of Peter Jackson and thanks to the extraordinary interpretation of its main actors. The entire book is composed by three parties: the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King, and it is considered one of the most popular epic high fantasy novels of the 20th century. The story begins at the end of the Third Age, in the imaginary Middle-earth, when the Dark Lord Sauron forged 20 rings, 3 for the elves, 7 for the dwarfs, and 9 for men. These rings were able to control and govern each race. But another ring was made. In the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret another ring, to control all people and to corrupt those who wear it. One ring to rule them all. The ring must be destroyed, but that can only be done by returning it to the flames of the Mount Doom in Mordor, where it was forged. An hobbit, Frodo, volunteers to take on this daunting task, and the Fellowship of the Ring is formed to head him. The Fellowship is composed by 4 hobbits: Frodo, Sam, Merry and Pipino, Gimli the Dwarf, Legolas the Elf, Gandalf the Wizard, and 2 men, Aragorn and Boromir. The Return of the King begins with the final battle for the Middle-earth. Frodo and Sam continue their dangerous journey toward the volcanic fires of Mount Doom. But there is a strange creature that goes with them. His name is Gollum. In the past, he was corrupted by the ring, which influenced his body and mind and prolonged his life well beyond its natural limits. But at the same time, he wants the ring back, so decides to follow the 2 hobbits. Meanwhile, Aragorn, with the aid of Legolas the Elf, Gimli the Dwarf, and Gandalf the Wizard, summons all the armies of the region with the intent to destroy Sauron and to help Frodo to complete his mission. The film ends in an extraordinary way. The ring is destroyed, Frodo and Sam come back home, and Aragorn is crowned king by Gandalf, and marries Orwen, the woman he loves. In The Return of the King, there are few differences between the book and the Jackson's cinematographic transposition. A significant difference concerns the character of Samwise Gamgee. In the book, believing that Frodo is dead, he decides to wear the ring. This makes him a bearer to all effects, even if for a short time. In contrast, in the movie, Sam never wears the ring, respecting his friend Frodo. The Lord of the Rings can be considered a personal exploration by Tolkien of his interest for the philology, fairy tales, and Norse and Celtic mythology. Tolkien described the book as a religious and Catholic work. There are many theological themes, such as the battle of good against evil, the hope to release from evil, the humility of an hobbit that is able to face a very difficult situation, the true love between Aragorn and Orwen, the salvation through a series of conflicts with the aim to reach a world of peace and justice without wickedness, the friendship between the four hobbits and then among all members of the Fellowship, the loyalty and the respect of Sam towards Frodo.
Do you remember the Shire, Mr. Frodo? It'll be spring soon. The orchards will be in blossom, and the birds will be nesting in the hazel thicket. And they'll be sowing the summer barley in the lower fields, and eating the first of the strawberries with cream. Do you remember the taste of strawberries?
Oh, Sam, I can't recall the taste of food. No, the sound of water, the touch of grass. Naked in the dark. There's nothing, no veil between me and the way of fire. I can see him with my waking eyes.
Then let us be rid of it, once and for all. Come on, Mr. Frodo. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Come on!
This is an extraordinary movie in all aspects, thanks to the cleverness of the director Peter Jackson, who was able to reproduce the description contained in the book through a spectacular screenplay. The success of the movie is due to the interpretation of the main actors and the amazing set built in New Zealand. The entire trilogy, but in particular The Return of the King, is considered a cinematographic masterpiece. It conquered all the Oscars in which it was candidated, with 11 statuettes, and this is the best result in the history of the Academy Awards. The different themes, the magic world, the fantastic but realistic atmosphere, and the main characters make this trilogy unique and incomparable.
How do you pick up the threads of an old life? How do you go on when in your heart you begin to understand there is no going back? There are some things that time cannot mend, some hurts that go too deep, that have taken hold